Social Security Administration. How can I help you?
Yeah, I was wondering, do you realize all the time and energy you spend trying to steal money from people and you get frustrated because you get prank calls? You could be working a real job at a real, honest to goodness call center.
What?
There are a lot of good ones in
What
India.
are you speaking about?
Why would you work
What are you
for a
speaking about?
scammer? Why would you work for a scam operation anyway?
This is not a scam.
Oh,
How can I
it
say that
isn't.
this is a scam?
Oh, it isn't. Okay, then why is it that the Social Security? Then why? What about that rule that the Social Security Department just implemented that says that Social Security representatives are not allowed to ask for your Social Security number? How do you explain that?
Yeah, exactly. But we are in the fraud investigation from the federal government, and right now we are investigating this case.
Okay, so
So
you're
this
investigating
case is
mine.
very hard to say.
You're
Yeah,
investigating my case. Is
this
that what you're
case,
saying?
yeah, and so this case is very highly confidential. So before I provide you with information, we just did have a basic federal verification of yours.
Okay, so what's my name? If you're investigating me, you must have my name there.
Your name.
Yeah,
You
what's my
need to
name?
verify yourself to me.
What?
You need to verify you need to verify yourself to me.
No, you need to
Unless you want
verify
to
it with
verify
me, and I'll
yourself.
have to tell you if it's yes or no. Because I'm not about to, if you're a scammer, I'm not going to give you my real name. I could, you guys you have no conscience and no soul, do you? There are people. Did you know there are people who have killed themselves because they lost their life savings thanks to people like you? They killed themselves. They committed suicide because they lost everything they ever earned. Doesn't that bother you at all?
What are you talking about? I don't understand you.
See, I can't understand you anyway. You're not going to be a very good scammer because you can't speak English very well. The SSA would never hire someone who couldn't speak English.
All
You're,
right, sir.
you're
Let me
at
hire a good.
what? See, I can't even understand what you're saying. You
Let me
really
hire a good one.
work
Okay.
for a real company. Quit that smelly office there, or whatever it is, that smelly call center, and all the crooks you work with, and get a real job. Don't do this crap. You're wasting your life. Why are you doing it?
What are you talking about? As I told you, this is not a scam. Okay.
It's not a
You
scam.
are
Well,
speaking with an officer.
but why is
Yeah.
it? Why did I? Why do you have a 201 area code instead of an 800 number? Why is it you?
Oh, because as I told you, we are in the fraud investigation. Right now, you are speaking with Officer Jack Brown.
Okay, then why is it that I've never been arrested? Because I've called Social Security scammers just like you. The script is really. I can tell you what the script is. There's a Toyota. That black Toyota had residue of cocaine and blood. Right? That's what you're going to tell me, right? And it was in somewhere in Texas, state of Texas. And then they tried to get into a residence there, but unfortunately, nobody was home, so they did a search, and that's when they found the 22 pounds of cocaine, right? That's all the stuff you're going to tell me, right?
What are you talking about? It's true. Not what I'm talking about.
Okay, so you're
You're
saying all this
talking.
stuff really did happen then, right? All this stuff about the cocaine and the black Toyota in the state of Texas, you're saying it's true?
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, so how do I know about it? I've called people like you for the last 3 or 4 months, and I get the same story. And one time they said I was going to be arrested. I never got arrested. One time I actually confessed. I said I'm guilty as charged. And they said, "Well, the sheriff will come and arrest you." They never did. I'm still here, free as a bird. How can you live with yourself being a liar? Why do you do it?
This is not a lie. I'm just trying to help you. That's the reason I just tried to reach you. That's all.
You're lying through your teeth. There is no case where somebody.
Call's over.
That's a good one.
Social Security Administration. How can I help you?
Yeah, are you tired of scamming people? Don't you get tired of doing that? Why don't you get a real job?
What do you mean by real job?
Did I just talk to you a minute ago? Did I just talk to you a minute ago? I did, didn't I?
A minute ago?
Yeah, I
No.
talked to you just a minute ago. You were telling me that the story about the black Toyota is true, and that there really was There really was 22 pounds of cocaine found in some residence, probably in El Paso, but sometimes there's another town that you guys use. Who wrote that stupid script? It's so stupid. It's really stupid. See, I can't understand a word you're saying. What? Your English is horrible. You need to get a real job. Get a real job. Why are you doing this? What?
This is no.
See, I can't understand.
I'm just help you. That's all.
I can't understand a word you're saying. Your accent is so bad that you'll be lucky if you collect up $1 from some poor victim. People kill themselves because of you. You realize that? And you have no.
Why do people kill themselves? Also me.
Because their life
themselves?
savings. They steal their life savings. You're not from the Social Security Administration. My dad worked for the government. My dad worked for the government. They would never do anything like this. Also, the Social Security Administration never calls anybody.
Can I have the name of the person who just committed suicide?
What? Can you have the name of the person? What?
Sorry.
I can't hear you. What?
Can I have the name of the person who just
the name of the person? The name of the person who just killed themselves? I saw it on the news. I don't remember the name. It was on the news. It happens all the time. Even so, even if what I'm telling you is a lie, which it isn't, you have to live with yourself. The only reason you guys get away with this is because your government does nothing to shut you guys down. You're crooks. You're lowlifes. You should get a real job. You're a crook. You're not Social Security. You are not Social Security. You're in India. You're probably in Nagaland. What?
You're a moron.
Yeah, see, I'm a moron because I'm smarter than you, and I figured it out that you're a scammer, right? You can't scam me, so I'm a moron, right?
You can say that this is a scam.
It is a scam. You're scamming people, and you're lying through your teeth. You are a freaking liar.
I'm not a liar. I'm just like about a fact.
See, you're not working for the SSA.
Thank you for calling Social Security Administration. This is Officer Nick Alberta. Can I help you?
Yeah, you've got a representative there that can't even speak English. How you expect him to scam anybody if no one can understand him? You're not the.
Am I speaking to?
Oh, see, if you were from the SSA, you wouldn't talk that way. Because my dad used to work for the government. They would have fired him if he had talked that way to somebody. My dad worked for the federal government. He's retired from the IRS, which is another scam that you guys do. You guys are so stupid. You're really stupid. You're untouchable. You can't get a real job, so you do this scamming thing. You steal money.
That's none of your business. Just shut your mouth and hang up your call, son.
You know why I called?
Son,
do you want to know why I called you? Do you want to know why I called you? Do you want to know why I called you? I'll tell you why. You know why other people prank you? Because that's taking up your time, and that's time that you're not scamming a real victim. I feel sorry for these people who fall for your lies. There's no such thing as a black Toyota that had blood residue and cocaine. And then who writes that stupid script anyway? Who writes it? You don't even know. You probably don't even know. You never even asked. You never even had the gumption to even ask who wrote the stupid script. Most smart Americans would never fall for something stupid like that. And the SSA never calls people. Did you know that? They never call people. They never do.
What's the problem?
The problem is you're stealing money. You're stealing money from innocent people. People who worked real jobs.
Call's over. Thank you for calling Social Security Administration. This is Officer. How can I help you?
First of all, you're not a real officer. And you're not the Social Security Administration. You're not even an American. Why do you scam people?
How can you say that I'm a scammer?
Because, first of all, the Social Security Administration never calls people. They don't have officers who do the so-called crap that you say you do. There's no black Toyota that was rented under my name. There's no blood or cocaine in the fictitious black Toyota. There's no residence outside of El Paso.
Thank you for calling Social Security Administration. This is Officer Nick Alford. How can I help you?
It's me again. Why are you guys scamming people? Don't hang up. Be a man. Be a man and stand up for your wrongdoing. Try it.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're a liar, you're a scumbag and a lowlife. Can't get a real job. You're a loser. So you have to get a scam job. There are legitimate call centers in India. I talked to one today, in fact. I thought they were scamming me. They weren't. I called the real company and they said, yes, there really is a call center in India. It was a real company. It was a health insurance company. But you guys are scammers. Why don't you get a real job? You going to hang up on me because you can't handle what I'm saying?
You're wasting my time.
That's the idea. It's the idea of wasting your time because that way you're not calling a real victim, right?
What you're saying is all right.
Oh, really? So you're really from the Social Security Administration, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And there really was a black Toyota that had cocaine and blood residue in it. Is that correct? Was it really? What's the license number on that car? Do you have that too? Do you have the VIN number? You don't have a VIN number. You don't have a license. You're a liar. You are lying through your teeth, and you're going to hang up on me just like everybody else does because you don't have the gumption to stand up for what you're doing because you know it's wrong.
What do you want from me?
I want you to stop scamming people. As soon as this call ends, I want you to get up like a man and leave that smelly office and get a real job. You won't do it. You don't have the gumption to do it.
Do you think that it's easy to get job?
It's never easy to get a job. You have to work for it. You have to get on the street. You have to pound the pavement. You have to knock on doors. You have to win the management over. You have to show them that you are qualified. But I'll tell you, you work at a scam call center, you tell them, oh yeah, I work for a scam call center. They're not going to hire you because they don't want a dishonest person to work for them. But you don't have to leave. You can leave that right now. You can leave that smelly place and you can say, I did something wrong. I worked for a company I should never have worked for, and I want to work and get a real job. It's
I'm
never...
trying my best.
What?
Yeah, all right. I'm trying my best to quit this job, all right?
No, that's not enough. That's not good enough. Not good enough. You don't have to try your best to quit. You're still committing a crime. You're stealing from people. So what you need to do, take a step in faith right now, be a man. As soon as you hang up this call, walk out of that place. Unless you're scared of the boss. I realize they have violent tendencies in those places. I've heard about people being beat up in your call centers, your scam call centers. But you need to do it. Stop saying, I'm trying to quit. If you say, I'm trying to quit, you never will. It's like people say, I'm trying to quit smoking, but they keep smoking. They're not trying to quit. Don't tell me.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, don't give me this bull crap that you're trying to quit. If you need to quit, then quit. Do you have a faith in God? Do you believe God will help you? Do you believe in God or do you believe in Buddha or Hinduism? What do you believe in? What?
I'm a Christian.
You're a Christian.
I'm a Christian.
Why doesn't the Bible say thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not steal? Do not lie, do not steal. Doesn't it say that in the Bible?
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, so why aren't you following those? Why are you not following those commandments? Tell me why.
I say that I got no option.
You have, if you really have faith, and I know this from my own personal experience, if you have faith, God will take care of you. He took care of me when I thought I was going to go broke. I was broke about 3 years ago. I was broke. I had nothing in the bank. And he took care of me. He found something for me. And it wasn't because of faith on my part. I'm not the most faithful person who ever lived. But I'm certainly far from that. But he still took care of me. He'll take care of you, but you got to ask him. If you're really a Christian, did you ask Jesus into your heart and life?
Yeah.
You don't sound very convincing. Some people say I'm a Christian, but they're lying. So I don't know. I mean, to me, a Christian is not going to steal from people.
I'm a great person. I'm a Christian, all right?
Well, then you need to live. You need to do what Jesus wants you to do, and Jesus wants you to leave that scummy call center. If you really believe him, and I don't know if you do or not. I mean, you work at a scam call center where they lie to people, so you're probably pretty good at lying. So I don't know if you may be lying to me, and it doesn't matter to me. I'll never see you. I'll never meet you. But if if you really believe in Jesus. If you believe that he died on the cross and rose again, which is impossible, but it's a miracle, he did it. If you really believe that, if you really believe that he could do that, he can keep you from being homeless. He can find you a good job. He can find you good people to be with. You don't need to hang around scumbags.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, well.
But yeah, I'm from India, but I'm from Northeast. Maybe you heard of it, right?
I don't know.
North.
I know nothing about your personal
All right.
situation, but I just know.
Yeah,
I know that God can help you, whatever your situation is. He can, and He will. All you have to do is ask Him.
yeah,
So don't. But He's not going to help you if you're doing this. It's like, let's say you're a drug addict, and you say, God, help me
Yeah.
get off these drugs, but you don't make any effort on your part. You got to make a little effort. I'm not saying you have to be perfect, but you've got to take a step in faith. And take that step in faith. When you hang up this call, leave. Don't go back. And don't look back.
okay.
I feel like I'm talking to the wall. I probably
Okay,
am.
thank you for your advice.
Well, it may be advice, but you're not following it, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
I will.
Nah, you won't. I don't think you will. I don't think you have it in you.
I will.
Then are you going to, as soon as you hang up this call, are you going to leave immediately? You don't even need to announce that you're quitting. Just get up and go.
All right.
Mm-hmm. You're not making much money there anyway. You know who's making all the money. It's the people who own that scam center that you work for. You're probably making just a few rupees a day. And just because you're stealing money from somebody else, and that the owner of the company's living like a millionaire.
We know that.
Well, then you don't need to work for a place like that. I've worked for good people. I work for very good people now. I'm very fortunate. But I have worked for crooks in the past. And I sometimes I didn't know they were crooks. I found out later. But when there's a crooked operation, it's like a cancer. It spreads to everybody. I've seen that happen. So you've got a choice. You have a choice right now. You're at a turning point right now. It's not a coincidence that I called you. It's not a coincidence. God is telling you right now, you need to get up and go. But you've got to take that step in faith. You've got to trust Him. But I can't ask you. I can ask you, do you trust Him? I can give you all those questions, and you can say yes, yes, yes. That's between you and God. It's not between you and me. And I don't even know how much of this you're listening to, whether you're watching a video. I talked to somebody a couple weeks ago. I was going on and on and on. He was watching a video, wasn't paying any attention to me.
I'm speechless.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, because maybe you need to really examine your life. Maybe you have a lot of good in you that hasn't come out. I don't know. Or you could be just a chronic evil liar. You could be pulling my leg. You could be telling me, yeah, I'm a Christian, but you're not. I don't know. Only God knows that. I don't know. I'm just telling you what you need to do. And God offers you a free gift. It's a free gift. He wants to give you eternal life. And it's not based on what you do in this life, but He wants you to obey Him. He doesn't want you to purposely do bad. It's a struggle to do good. I know that. Believe me, I know that. But you've got to give your heart 100% over to Him and tell Him, I'm tired of doing this.
Okay. Okay.
Well, are you going to leave as soon as you hang up?
Yeah, all right.
I don't
So
believe.
thank you for your advice, and have a good day, all right?
Well, I hope you won't sleep at night till you make the right choice. I hope you stay awake. I don't think you. Somehow, I think you're pulling my leg. But I had to tell you anyway. For whatever purpose, maybe 20 years down the road, if you're still alive, maybe you'll think about what was said here. I'll be gone. I'll be gone from this earth by then. But you're young. I know you're young, because older people wouldn't take a job like like what you're doing. You could end up in jail for this. I mean, I wouldn't want to risk it myself, especially in India. But I realize they kind of look the other direction. They don't care, but they do occasionally have raids of these call centers, and they arrest people. Now they probably just let them go, but someday you may end up in prison. And sometimes a person gets arrested for something else. They commit one crime, they get away with it, but then they get arrested for another crime. So it may not even be this crime that you get arrested for. But if I were you, I'd want to change my life. But this is a step in faith. I realize realistically it'd be stupid to quit. I had to quit a job a couple of years ago. It wasn't a bad place, but I knew in my gut I had to leave. And I did not have another job. But I left and I got a job right away. And it was a good job. So God was with me.
Yeah.
I'm not a preacher, believe it or not. I'm not a minister. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a priest. I don't even like preaching to people, and I'm doing it to you, and I don't even like doing it. It just isn't me, because I'm not perfect.
Yeah. Thank you for your advice. Thank you so much. All right.
Well, the advice will...
So...
Go ahead, what?
I got a lot of work, so I need to hang up the call. And
you got a lot of people to scam, huh?
No, it's not about that.
You need to hang up this phone call, get up like a man, and leave that place right now. Right now.
Yeah.
I'm talking to the wall.
Call's over.
Yes, Social Security Administration. How can I help you?
Yeah, are you tired of scamming people?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Are you being forced to work there?
Are you kidding?
What?
Are you kidding?
I don't know. I'm not kidding about anything, but if you're tired of scamming people, why don't you... I just talked to another person in your call center just now, and I told him what I'm going to tell you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Be a man when you hang up this call and just walk out of that place. You're not...
Mm-hmm.
You're only making one person rich. That's the owner of the company. You're not helping yourself at all. It's not a job.
Mm-hmm.
You're stealing from people.
Okay.
So, why are you there?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you scamming people?
I can hear you properly, sir.
I can't hear you. What?
I cannot hear you properly.
Okay, I
Alright.
said, why are you scamming people?
Because we like to.
Because you like to?
Mm-hmm.
So you like to be a liar and a thief, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you tell me what I just said. What is it that you like? I don't think you can understand me very well.
I do. Come on.
There has to be a reason why you're scamming just because you like to. Do you realize people kill themselves because they lose their life savings when they give them up to their money to a scammer because they were fooled? What if I went to your mom's house, your mother's house? Can you hear me? What if I went to your mother's house and I said, I'll mow your lawn for you. I'll cut your grass. I'll do all kinds of housework for you, but you got to pay me first. Give me $1,000 and I'll do the best job you could ever see. And she gives me $1,000 and I say, thank you, and I leave and I don't do the work. How would that make you feel?
That's true.
What?
This is my first job.
This is your first job?
Yes, not even 1 month.
You need to leave that place right away. You're going to end up evil like everybody else. You do not need to work at a place like that. I know nothing about you. I don't know what you can and can't understand that I'm saying. I feel like you don't know English very well. And I guarantee you, If you don't know English very well, you're not going to do a good job of scamming people from the United States because they'll recognize it right away. I would urge you to get up and leave that place, knock on doors of every legitimate business, say, I need work, I'll do whatever it takes. But get out of that place. That is not, you do not need that on your reputation.
Exactly, sir. I got it.
You say you got it?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to leave this job as soon as you hang up the call?
Not for now.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I'm giving you a big warning. If you do not do that, you will regret it the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't know if you understand me.
And
Unless you are a
tell me
crook.
what I'm gonna,
What?
and tell me what I'm going to do next.
I don't know. Can you go to school?
I've completed.
You've completed school. What skills do you have? Did you learn a skill?
No skills. And that's why I'm just trying this job for further.
Well, you know, there are real call centers in India that are real jobs. You'd be better off working at one of those places. But what you have to do, you've got a challenge. And I don't know all the ins and outs, but I would encourage you to not start knocking on the doors of every business. And you need to show them that you want to work, and you need to show the boss, this is what I can do for you. And I'm not talking about making them a lot of money stealing from people, because you're stealing from people when you're doing this. You're hurting people. There are jobs where you help people and you can make money. Even if you work at do you have a grocery store there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, well, go to the grocery store. Tell them I want a job. I need work. You know, about 5 years ago, I lost my job. I had a really good job and I lost it. A bunch of us were laid off. And so I did 3 or 4, sometimes 5 part-time jobs just to pay the bills. 5, as many as 5 at once. I did it. I mean, I didn't make much, but I was able to pay the bills. I had very little money in the bank, but I paid the bills and I survived. You can too. I don't care how bad it is, how much poverty is there. You have to have a sense of determination. Do you know what I mean by determination?
Exactly, sir.
Okay. You need to be determined, but I don't know anything about your heart. If you don't care if you're stealing things, there's nothing I say that's going to change your mind. If you don't mind being a thief or a liar, I can't change that in you. But if you're not happy doing this, if you have a guilty conscience at all, I'd get up right after this phone call. What?
I don't like this job, okay, but I got no option. Do you hear me?
There's no excuse. You're giving an excuse. You're
I
helping.
got no option.
You know, there is an option. Do you have any? Do you?
I really got no option. You don't know it, right?
So the only option you have is to steal money from people.
This is not about stealing.
It's what?
It's about my job, right?
What?
It's about my job. I'm just doing for my salary, right?
Now, I can't understand you, but I hope you'll really think about this, because you're hurting people. And you're hurting yourself when you hurt other people. When you help others, you help yourself. When you hurt other people, you hurt you. And I'm sorry there's so much poverty where you are, but there's got to be someplace, somebody, somewhere. You just got to knock on every door. If there's a grocery store, go to the grocery store. If there's a meat market somewhere, say, I need work. I'll work for 2 hours a day if you need me. But you don't need this kind of crap. You don't need to work for a thief. You're hurting yourself. You're hurting you.
You never know my situation, correct?
What? I don't know your what?
You don't know my situation.
No, I don't. I don't. And I realize life is tough. And I realize also that there's probably a lot of poverty where you are, a lot of poor people. I get that. But that doesn't excuse doing wrong. It does not excuse doing something evil, which is what you're doing. Nothing excuses evil. Nothing.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. I'm wrong. It's okay to do evil?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Because you will hurt
I'm not
like
saying that.
what?
Situation compels, and you never know that.
Yeah, I can't understand you. I'm sorry.
This is, see, our work is about our situation, okay? Situation compels us to do this. And you never understand how hard we are going with our life. And I can't speak loud because the situation is very tight here.
I know that.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I heard that. Well, I think do you believe in God?
Of course.
What God do you worship?
Christ. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Now, do you believe that he died on the cross and rose from the dead?
Exactly.
You do believe that?
Of course, sir.
Okay. Rising from the dead is a miracle, isn't it? It's a miracle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You know, God does miracles. And all you have to do is ask him to help you. Now, he may not help you just right in that instant, but he will help you. He will give you the right job. All you have to do is ask him. If he can take Jesus, a dead body, and raise him from the dead, do you think he can help you?
Yeah.
Well, then if you really believe in Jesus, if you really, really believe in Jesus, this is a major step in faith. And he's asking you to take that step in faith. He's saying, trust me. I will take care of you. I love you. I don't want you in this situation. But you have to believe me. You have to trust me. That's why I'm saying you need to get out of there. If you believe in Jesus, he will not let you starve. He will protect you. You have to ask him to do that.
You know what?
What?
I've encountered Jesus 2 months back, right? I've accepted Christ as my personal savior 2 months back, and I believe this is a test. Okay, I've searched job, and I've gone for interview for many jobs, but I got rejected. And this is the only job I found last and last. Do you hear me?
I understand. I understood the last part. This was the only job you could get. You had a lot of interviews, and I've been there. I've been there. I've been where you've been. And I don't know, but
right now I'm in the city, and I couldn't go for other job because I finished my money. So this is I have to do for salary, all right? After I completed this month, after I got my 1 month salary, then I'll move on from this website. That's what I'm thinking. Okay.
Well, is there a church near you? Is there a church?
Mm-hmm. What you say?
Is there a church near you? A church.
It's very hard to find church.
It's
very hard to find here. I'm from a very far place, all right?
Well, I still believe. I have to tell you, I really believe with all my heart that you need to. You got to believe what you can't see. Jesus is there watching over you. If you're really,
I know.
And
he wants to
take you out of there, but you got to trust him to take you where. Ask him to lead you. He'll do it. He will. He'll take care of you. I've been broke. I've been uh, I've been protected from a lot of bad things in my life, and several years ago I was practically broke, but he took care of me. He took care of me. So you just got to take that step in faith if you really believe. And I know things are rough. Things are tough there. I can't even imagine what you're going through. But he wants you to trust him, because if he can raise his son from the grave, he can take care of a little thing like getting you a job. But you got to ask him. You got to ask him to lead you to where he wants you to go. I don't know if you've done that or not, but ask him to lead you where he wants you to go. I think there are a lot of unhappy people in your call center. You're the second person I talked to today. And I didn't even call your number, by the way. I called somebody else earlier in your call center. And I thought I hung up. But for some reason, it rang again. I didn't do anything to make that phone ring. Now, do you think that was an accident? That's never happened. I've called a lot of scam call centers. This has never happened before. In fact, I hung up that last call and I got up. I got up from that call and I was going to take a break. And then I heard the ringing on the other line. I thought, that's weird. And so I decided to go ahead and go through with it and see what it was. So there's one other person in that call center. Now, I don't know if he's probably just like you. I don't know. He claimed he was going to leave as soon as he hung up the call, but I don't think he did. Now, I don't know if he really wants to leave or not. I wish I knew his name. And I don't know how much you want to leave, but there are two of you right there. Maybe. If there's anyone there you trust that's not happy there, you might want to feel them out and see what's going on. But if you have somebody else that you can trust that's not a thief and not a phony, maybe both of you could do this together. I don't know. It's just an idea. I'm just thinking it. I'm just speaking off the top of my head. So, but you got to trust. This is a time because I know in India, I've heard of mission. In fact, I just heard a story today about mass healings taking place at a service in India. And I can guarantee you there's a lot of darkness in India, but there's also some light. And you got to look for the light. I can't believe I've said all this. I am not a preacher. I'm a horrible preacher. Obviously, if I was really good, that other guy would have left the call center. So if you really believe in Jesus, that's what I want you to do. I want you to ask him. Ask him to help you. Tell him to lead you. He will if you trust him. But if you don't trust him, he won't.
Okay, I'm taking your number, and I'll text you later when I reach home, alright?
Well, this is not my phone number. I'm calling from another phone number. But I wish I could stay in touch with you, but I'm hesitant to give you my phone number. I can't do that. So this one you'll never be able to reach again. You'll never be able to reach me by this number.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, well, you think about what I said.
Mm-hmm.
And stop scamming people. I can guarantee you the rest of your day, I don't know how many more hours you have in your shift, but you will not succeed in scamming people today. I promise you. You'll be spinning your wheels. I mean, you'll be wasting your time. You will not be able to scam one person the rest of your shift today. I promise you, you won't be able to. And there'll be other people you'll talk to who are a lot meaner than I am, and they'll call you all kinds of names because they're pranksters. Your phone number's on a website, and so people are going to be calling you all day with prank calls. I guarantee you, it won't be pleasant. So, you take care of yourself. I'll keep you in my prayers.
Okay.
I think you're hesitant to hang up on me, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have
Second.
Do you have an email address that I can? Do you have access to a computer at home or anything? Probably not. But I mean, do you have like on your phone? Do you have an email address on your phone?
Yes, I have.
Do you want to give it to me? You don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do it. I'm not pressuring you. Are you having a hard time dealing with what I've said?
Yeah.
How are you feeling right now? What are you feeling? What are your emotions?
I can speak.
Okay, you can't speak right now. Your boss is there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is he evil?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I ask you how many people work there?
So,
I'm so
25.
35,
Yes, 25. 25.
25?
Yes.
Okay. Is he still around?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want me to wait?
Yes, just a little bit.
Okay, I'll wait.